Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's see. Let me get set up here. And give me 1 second. All right. So, um, hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Randy. Everybody's in this Facebook group because they are in love with real estate. So we're broadcasting out to everyone out there in the Metro Detroit Facebook, Metro Detroit Off Market Real Estate Group. So we also are live right now on my YouTube channel, which is Randy. Uh, Randy, just YouTube Randy Steadwell. That's my name. And if you all, we're also on my Twitter, which is the same thing. Twitter is Randy Steadwell, at Randy Steadwell. So check us out. We're going to be on there. Leave comments, ask your questions. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to post in here in the chat the live stream. It's a link, and I want you to um, only enter it if you want to join on video and go from there. So if you want to join on video, um, let me know or just click on the link. You'll be added to our studio, and uh, and then I can bring you on live here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that commented, and then I can bring you on live here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to get that. There we go. So that comment is in there. And follow it's called a stream. It's a StreamYard link. Okay. So I just posted it. It'll bring you into the studio if you want to go on video and ask your question, or just want to chit chat. By all means, I'm here to chit chat. I love everything real estate related, anything real estate related, wholesaling, things like that. So I kind of want to start off with, uh, some of the common questions that I've been asked throughout this week by either new wholesalers or anybody who's coming in is, about on market properties. On market properties, can you wholesale on market properties? And my experience, yes, you can, but it's much more difficult. So, with my experience, we have the buyers here, at least in our Metro Detroit area, if they see it on market and you're asking for over what it's being listed for, they'll feel like they're not going to get a deal or whatever the case may be, even if you caught it early enough. It doesn't matter. So from there, we have, the main option. I believe what would happen is if you had to get it way under market value or under what it's listed, and then try to sell it for still under that list price. Okay, that way they feel like that uh, they feel like that they at least get a deal. Okay, so that's one thing. A few different areas that I've seen pop up. There's areas in Detroit. There's areas in Pontiac, things like that. There's areas all over the place, but I have buyers for all those areas as well. So if you want to JV with me, by all means, let me know. bring the deal. I can tell you what I think it could sell for, and kind of go from there. A lot of people are asking, what's the formula? What's this? And to be honest, yes, there is a formula. But the main thing is that when you go into Detroit, when you go into Pontiac and those type of areas, it's not necessarily about the formula, because it's going to be a lot less in those areas. Investors want a bigger return because of the higher risk. So you have to understand that going in. So with Detroit, they want at least a 20% ROI, 18 to 20% ROI. And because the market, the way it is right now, with interest rates, that might even get larger. So that's for buy and hold strategies, is the 20%. For flips, it's a lot harder. They have to be good areas, have to be up and coming. And even if the comps say that they're good areas, you have to take a discount off of those comps because of the way the market is right now. So that's kind of where I think, towards the middle of the month, on the 21st of September, they're going to have another Fed meeting, and whether interest rates are going to go up. It's just whether it's going to go up a half a point, 75 points, 50 points, 75 points, or 100 points. So either 0.5%, 0.75%, or a whole percent. So if it does, it's gonna even take the market, and everybody's gonna be, in my opinion, everybody's gonna be slowing down, still being more conservative on their numbers, and especially with flips. Flips, they got to be as conservative as they can. Buy and hold people. This is the best time for buy and hold. I will say, for buy and hold people, this is the best time to buy. Even if you want to get the ROI, if you can hold it for a little while to refinance until interest rates come down, I definitely highly recommend that. But for the most part, I think it's going to be, um, whatever's going to cash flow is going to be the best. So everybody out there, ask questions in the comment, let me know. And we can kind of go from there. I want to hear what you guys out there have to say, any questions you have related to real estate, related to wholesaling. I've been doing wholesaling for a little bit under 2 years now. I started here in the Metro Detroit area. I started my first deals was actually inside Detroit. I learned from Todd Chun. I learned a lot from him. So he's a great guy, great person to work with. So shout out to him. I'm doing my best to catch up and to be as, to be a bigger influence in this area, because the thing is that one thing that I've noticed with a lot of these virtual wholesalers coming into the Detroit market, and there's nothing against you. You want to do this virtually, by all means, I encourage it. But you have to know Detroit, and don't try to sell something on 1 or 2 photos, okay, or 5 photos. The average, when I go to a property and I take photos, the average photos that I take, the amount of photos is anywhere between 40 and 60 photos. That's if I'm doing it myself. There are some times when I JV with people where I have to use their photos, and we kind of go from there, because I don't have time to market it with my photos, because I haven't gone there yet. So sometimes it's speed to get in front of people. So I'm interested in seeing what everyone else out there has to say, and what we can do, and do maybe an interview style as well. So anybody who wants to come on, click the link in the comments. It's a StreamYard. It's a StreamYard.com / with some letters and numbers, and that'll bring you right into the studio here, and I can bring you right on. So where you can ask any question you want, or if you want to ask any questions, ask any questions you want in the chat. All right. From there, you know, let's see here. So this is the StreamYard link here, and we can kind of go from there. And let me see if it will allow me to post it here. I'll post it, at least it posts it to YouTube here. And we're going to go from there. So anybody out there, and I completely understand it's a Tuesday at 8:00. People are busy, people are with family. I completely understand. So hopefully you guys catch this on the replay. And we can kind of talk a little bit more offline as well. So a little bit. So, with me and how I work is, you can contact me with any deals or anything like that. I've done cold calling, I've done text blasting and things like that. I've even done mailers as well. So I do have experience on all of those. If you need me to hop on the phone with a seller to try to close a deal or anything like that, or you need my opinion, by all means, let me know. My number's here at the bottom. My email's here at the bottom as well, scrolling. randybuyshousesmi@gmail.com. Starting Friday for the next 2 weeks, I probably won't be on here for the live because I'm going on vacation, and unfortunately, I will be inaccessible. So that stinks, but at least we can get people out there, coming in there, and that next broadcast will be that much more better. So, the next broadcast should be the 26th, after this one. Let me know who is out there, and we can kind of go from there. So right now I don't see anybody else viewing at the moment. So let me see something here. So anyways, I don't mean to have dead air. So a lot of people don't understand some people don't understand how wholesaling works. So let me go kind of start with that. Wholesaling, basically, I go to a buyer, and I go to a seller, and I agree with the seller. I talk with them about getting their property under contract. I talk with, see if they're interested in selling. We agree on a price or we don't. If we agree on a price, we get a purchase agreement signed. So say that we'll use these round numbers. For example, say I get the house for under contract for $100,000. And then what I do is I take that contract and I market that contract to my cash buyer for, say, $110,000. Okay. I go to my cash buyer. I say, hey, cash buyer, I'm selling my assignable interest of this contract for $110,000. Okay. That includes my assignment fee. So he looks at the property, see if he'll pay $110,000. Most of my wholesale deals, I am having the buyer pay all the closing costs. So the only thing that I always explain this to my seller is the only thing that'll come out of the seller's end is any blight tickets, any water bill, and any back taxes. Okay, up to the closing date with taxes. Also, if there's any liens on the property, those will come out as well. That's kind of a given. So I always explain that to my seller, and then to my buyer, they assume or they take care of all the closing costs and they work that into their numbers. When we do close, the difference between my assignment and my contract price, in this case, it's $10,000, was we got it under contract for 100,000. We sold it for 110,000. That's what will go to me is the $10,000. And you want to use a title company that is a wholesaling friendly, or at least investor friendly. Okay. If you do need recommendations, please let me know, and I'll be happy to give those recommendations for at least for our area. Okay. So that's kind of in a nutshell how it works. There's different ways to market to sellers. There's as far as trying to get it under contract. There is cold calling, which is my personal favorite because it's the fastest to get your leads. It is harder because you do gotta get your lists, or you do a driving for dollars list, or whatever list that you get that, and then you skip trace that to get the numbers, and to get the seller's information. On that, from there, you would physically cold call them to see, hey, Mr. Seller, are you, the person at 123 Main Street? Are you interested in a cash offer on your property? Now, what I usually tell everyone is that I have different strategies for every house that we work. Sometimes we buy them to fix and flip them. Sometimes we buy them to fix them up and hold them to rent them out. I also let them know that, hey, sometimes it's just not right for us. And what we do is I work with a ton of other investors, and I may pass along to them, but whatever me and you agree upon is exactly what you're going to get. Okay. So I let them know that ahead of time that, without saying the word wholesaling, essentially wholesaling is one of my strategies. I do eventually want to do some buy and holds myself. Okay. I would love to do some buy and holds, and, I'm looking for some creative financing, out there, but at the moment, I'm concentrating on wholesaling. So, if I can wholesale whatever I get done and JV with other people, by all means, that's what I'm going to be doing. So, let me know, anyone out there, if you want to JV. My contact information is right here. So you can call me or you can email me at Randy Buys Houses, mi@gmail.com, right there as it scrolls. So, you can also direct message me on Instagram as well. You can direct message me on Twitter, on YouTube, whatever. It's Randy Steadwell on all channels is my name. So, that's how you can reach out to me. As well as, I want to bring this community into a way where we can all either teach each other and learn how to do things the right way, because a lot of wholesalers out there are locking these deals up way too high. And because they're locking them up way too high, unfortunately, they're not being able to sell them. And that's what gives us, us wholesalers a bad name. So I really, really want to educate people as much as possible to help them. Obviously, I want to make money. You want to make money. We all can live off of what's going on. No one's taking anybody's deals. I don't go behind anybody's back. And one thing that I do that's different than other wholesalers out there is I don't, when I JV, I work out, um, I do a 50-50 assignment with the original wholesaler that has it under contract. I work that out with you directly. I don't like to add my fee on top. The reason being is my buyers, hey, like I, love my buyers and everything, but they are still savvy. And if you're out there marketing it and they happen to find it, it makes me look bad. I don't like to look bad. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it's not. I can't help it, but I try to, be on the up and up with everybody. I try to be as transparent as possible with everybody. So if you do end up JVing with me, yes, we have a 50-50 split on the assignment fee, or if you need to make an X amount, and as long as we both agree on it, then I'm okay with that too. Usually the reason why I do a 50-50 is not because I'm just bringing the buyer, I'm bringing my expertise, as well as I follow it all the way through closing. I don't just say, okay, here's the buyer and go away and give me my check. I follow this all through closing and my experience, because selling the deal, honestly, it's only half the battle. Once you sell it, you still got to get through title. And dealing with some of the Detroit properties and some of the other properties, getting through title is very hard, because things come up that you wouldn't even think of. So definitely let me know. I'm happy to JV with everybody. Anybody who wants to, again, I'm always available through email. At least for the next 2 weeks, I'll be available through email and direct message. You may be able to call this number and you can leave messages, and I'll be able to listen to them, or you can text message me. But I'm going to be, I'll actually be on vacation with my wife for 2 weeks. So, can't wait for that, but always happy to connect when we can, and kind of take it from there. So, anybody out there who is listening, who's listening or whatever, if you got any questions, put them in the comments. Give me uh, give me something in the comments. Let me know you're listening, and we can kind of go from there. That's kind of the deal I've dealt with this week, was mainly the on market. I've dealt with, somebody trying to wholesale on market properties, but one strategy. So I talked about, as far as wholesaling, I talked about the strategy of cold calling. Another strategy for wholesaling, as far as getting the property under contract, is actually text blasting. That's become a lot more popular right now, but you got to be careful with the laws that's going on with texting right now. So don't send too many text messages from one number, separate them. There are text blasting companies out there that will help you and guide you through that. Batch Leads actually does a decent job of that. Read through their training program, things like that. There's also a lot of mailers. You can do mailers, you can do postcards, things like that. The only thing with that is it is more expensive, but when somebody calls you on that, answer the phone. you know that's the key thing, is answer the phone, because that's a hot lead. Somebody's actually calling you back wanting to sell their property. So you always got to get the motivation out of them, and we can kind of get from there. So by all means, let us know, and then we can kind of go from any questions you guys have or anything like that. So what's up, Freddie? How you doing? We have, let's see, text blasting. There's also like I said, there's cold calling, mailers. Um, there's another way that you can reach out to people and get leads this way, and it's actually reaching out to um, uh, realtors. And a lot of realtors and a lot of they don't understand what wholesaling is. And if you are a realtor who does understand and who's investor friendly realtor, by all means, share your information in the chat and love to work with you. But I usually end up having to explain, what I do and to realtors. Once they get it, once they realize it, they'll send you deals all day long. So once you do, especially once you do one deal with a realtor, they'll keep sending you deals all the time. So, hey, what do what do you think of this? What do you think of that? This and that. So by all means, it's the more realtors you can reach and talk to everybody, the better it'll be. Because think of it this way, they may not have anything right now, but the longer you follow up with people, the better, the more you will be, the better things, it's going to be. um, you'll get a lead from a relationship that you've built 10 years ago. You'll make money off that lead. So that's definitely one thing. David Pollard said he's interested. I don't know why this is not coming up with a name on here. It should be. So David Pollard said he's interested in the chat from the Facebook group. So by all means, let me know. And like, if you're interested in JVing, send me an email with all the details or text me. Happy to work with you. I did I can post it again in the StreamYard. Let's see, go to the comments. If you want to come in here and actually come on video, let's see, I did not want to delete the comment. So if you want to come in here and come on video, by all means, let me know. I'm going to post the chat or the link. Let's see. I don't know why that's not doing it. Give me 1 second. Sorry, everyone. It's happening to me again. There we go. There's the link to if you want to come in here and chat on video, by all means, click that link. It'll bring you into the studio. And if you have any questions or whatever, we can kind of take it from there. So this is, so what's up, Freddie? How's it going? Are you out in the Philippines right now, or are you back here? So did you end up leaving? So, but for anybody who wants to learn how to get into this business, wholesaling, who wants to learn what we're doing, I'm trying to have our Facebook group be a place where everybody can come in and get together, and everybody can come get together and learn from each other. We're not here to bash on anybody or anything like that. I want to have everyone be as if you have any issues, or if you have any haves and wants, post it in the Facebook group. Anything real estate related, that is, of course. And post it in the group, and see if we can all help each other and make some deals happen. So and we can kind of take it from there. so far we're at about 29 minutes, almost 30 minutes here, and not really getting any big questions, but ask these questions for the next one. Post them in the chat and let me know what you think. I'll definitely be on them to answer your questions there. But let me know what content you want to see as well. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do some lives where I maybe walk through houses and tell you what I look for and what I see. And when I come back from vacation, we'll definitely do that. So, um, we will have a great time, meeting each other, being out there, and maybe I'll do a in-person meetup as well. For anybody who wants to come, if you'd be interested in that, please let me know. Leave comments in the chat and we can kind of go from there. So, all right. Well, I'm going to call it a night, and hopefully everyone got a little bit of value on this. It wasn't, too bad, but if you have any questions about wholesaling, if you have any questions about anything real estate related, where we are in the market or anything like that, let me know. I'm definitely, out here trying to make a difference with with our sellers and with our buyers. So a little bit of both. If I can help out, I'm here to help out my buyers, and I'm here to help out the sellers out there as well. So, um, you know, I my information is here at the bottom. Phone number is 586-307-4765. Email is randybuyshousesmi@gmail.com. You can email me. You can text me. Anywhere to reach me. You can also DM me here on Facebook as well as Twitter. And, this will also be posted on YouTube as well. So, let me know what you think and what your thoughts are. Thank you. Have a good night.